My name's Deborah Hedlund, and I'm running for the Minnesota Supreme Court. Currently, I sit on the Hennepin County District Bench and have been there for 28 years, trying both criminal and civil cases. I've had a lot of exposure to police officers that come into court with their cases and signing search warrants and other matters. Before that, I was city attorney for Minnetonka and prosecuted all of their criminal cases. But I wanted you to hear from someone who has been a law enforcement officer about whether or not they think it's important for appellate judges to have trial court experience. This is Paul Bierhaus. Would you tell us about your experience in law enforcement?
Sure, Judge, thank you. I have spent 10 years investigating narcotics and homicide cases and spent hundreds of hours in courtrooms testifying in those cases, and many of those cases have gone up to the Supreme Court for adjudication or review. And one of the things that I found in the hundreds of hours that I've spent in court is that the judges have to understand not only what the words are said, but the circumstances surrounding that. And that's virtually impossible, in my opinion, for an appellate judge or a Supreme Court judge to make those decisions not ever having served as a trial court judge. It would be kind of like me as a sergeant over homicide to tell my investigators how to do their job and never have worked a homicide case in my life. It's just not possible. And I think it's the same thing for the Supreme Court justices. We need to have justices that have had trial experience, that understand what it's like to try a case and what goes on at the grassroots level of our judicial system.
Well, currently, Paul, of the 7 justices that are on the Supreme Court, only one has ever been on the trial court, and then only for 4 months. And so that's why I am running. And the experience of being on the trial court, I think, is vital too, and I hope that you'll consider that when you vote for Judge Deborah Hedlund for seat number 4, Minnesota Supreme Court.